Let's get into it, aka Padders. We're still talking Gem Mint. We're talking about the downfall of the American comic book industry, his love, his pushing of the omni culture. It has led to major gaps in the retailer customer sitch. Let's get into it. AKA Pad 69, and say with me, known through Philadelphia, PA, Europe, and the vast multiverse as your eclectic one. Oh, people, the Buffalo game. We were everyone. We were gearing up to hit a bar for that game at 1 o'clock tomorrow. It's now delayed until 4:30 on Monday. So now we're gonna have the Bills and the Eagles, the Eagles, back-to-back on Sunday Super Wild Card Monday Night Football. Anyway, guys, point I'm getting at is we got some extra time. So let's just continue talking about Gem Mint, the omni culture. A lot of you guys are in full defense of the omni culture. Some of your common baseline arguments is it's convenient to spend $100+ and get everything in one edition. Okay, who determines one edition? Who? Because I know people who have bought Omnibuy and things were left out of Omnibuy. So who determines that storyline and that edition? I mean, even when we go through the Black Symbiote, the Black Costume Spider-Man, Secret Wars, all the way into roughly, you can say, Spider-Man 300, people, there's a lot of things left out. A lot of the Fantastic Four stuff is not included in some of those editions. There's pages, there's little panels in some Fantastic Fours leading into Spider-Man 300 that is teased. So who are they? Like Marvel? Marvel's just going to dictate exactly what a storyline is. No. Part of the obsessive fun of comic book collecting and reading is to mine. You mine the crevices and you find more and more things. When companies like Marvel have 100 years of publishing history, there's no collected edition that collects everything, period. It doesn't exist. It never did. With that said, I just want to explore some of the possibilities of what happens with the retailer. So let's just say Tomb of Dracula, right? Like getting some attention thanks to the cartoonist K-Fakers. Tomb of Dracula at one time was 4 colored volumes, issues I think 1 through 75, volumes 1 through 4, maybe like even 1 through 6, and then they went out of print. The colored versions went out of print. The colored reprints went out of print. And then we had the essential Tomb of Dracula. Okay, entries like $15 a pop, black and white. You can buy 4 editions of that. You guys see where I'm going? That goes out of the print. And then at that point, the next available Omni is Tomb of Dracula at $100+, goes OOP, becomes a $300, $400 Omnibuy, and now you're priced out of getting that book because the essentials go up, those original volumes of the colored reprints go up in value, and everything goes like this. And now your entry point into the story gets higher and higher. This is why through the modern day we've seen a climb of OOP trade paperbacks rising in value and OOP hardcovers, single volumes, rising in value. They're rising in value because they're not available in any other form. So some of the Omnibuy go up when those storylines are not available, and it's a little bit of a very, in my view, it's a broken cycle. So here's what the retailers can't do. If you walk into a comic shop and you're like, hey, I just saw a video on Tomb of Dracula. These YouTubers, oh my god, I didn't realize all this stuff with his daughter. Like, holy crap. Yeah, guess what? the retailer goes into his distribution catalog and says, yeah, there's no current reprints for that available. And the guy's like, yeah, I thought that. I did check Amazon before I came in here. What is available for Tomb of Dracula? And the guy's like, well, there's a $120 omnibus that I can order for you. And the guy's like, I don't even know if I like Tomb of Dracula. I just got excited to maybe start reading it. Is there anything less than that? Because I just want to get started with Tomb of Dracula. And the guy goes, no. Tomb of Dracula is only available as a $100 plus investment for you for a storyline that you're really not familiar with. So what does that individual do? He might get curious. Most likely, they're going to spend more time on YouTube listening to some of the videos we make here on AKAPAD.com. They're going to fall into the YouTube, like, Comics Explained, Comics Pop, Comic Historian, like, crevice. They're going to spend more time with those individuals rather than reading the book. And here's the amazing thing. That individual, he might be working at Spencer Gifts or something. Halloween rolls around and someone says, like, hey, I don't know, man, I'm done reading Stephen King. I'm done with Clive Barker. I wish there was something else for me to get into. And the guy's like, well, hey, what about comic books? And the guy's like, well, here's a $15 quick little reprint introduction to Tomb of Dracula. I just picked up for you on the way into work, or like something like that. Here's a $20. Here, friend, try reading this. I just spent $20 for you for a gift. And that scenario, it doesn't exist, and that a lot of retailers treat their customers in the very same fashion. Back in the day, when we used to rock and roll at New Jersey's biggest, best comic book shop, these are the things we would do. We would be able to give someone a huge discount for Volume 1 of Preacher. I believe at the time that was 8 editions long. Might have been 12, I believe it was 8. And they would come back and they may have spent $11 on that reprint, on that collected edition, on that Volume 1, but they're coming back and now they're putting money down and you're being able to order Volumes 2, 3, 4, 5, and whatever. Some people downlined everything. Like, they would do it with Neil Gaiman's Sandman, they would do it with Preacher. The Straczynski Spider-Mans were so freaking hot. Ultimate Spider-Man, again, like, down order. These are the scenarios that we eliminate with the Omnibus because there's no way to introduce people to storylines. So how do we make both parties happy? Well, and we've seen a little bit of this when it comes to product-wise. We don't want Marvel only printing an Omnibus for any storyline. We want that Omnibus to be digestible, affordable, TBS print editions, either hardcovers or even like prestige format or whatever, right? We want to break up that Omnibus into multiple volumes, and then let's just say you're one of those guys that you love Micronauts, you know the storyline, but you want everything together, and you're kind of on that bandwagon, getting everything complete, right? Here's the wild thing. Marvel now offers either a box set of those individual trade paperbacks or hardcovers, which we've seen before. We've seen it with Infinity Gauntlet, Infinity Crusade, we've seen it with Akira, we've seen it with a few things. But a collected edition box set or grouping, meaning through the retailer, you can order all 12 volumes of something and you get 2 for free. That is a unbroken system, and it pretty much serves all parties and most scenarios. And the most important scenario is that what allows the introduction of new readers and the potential introduction of those readers being hardcore, die-hard readers. And that doesn't mean that die-hard reader reads everything. We would have people come in that would only want anything Transformers, anything Wolverine. There was one guy, anything Wolverine. we had to put in the back. Action figures, statues, mugs, keychains, and we had like a big like shelf for him. It was like one of these. Okay, one guy did nothing by Chaos Comics, and he would come in like maybe once a year. He would have a pile like this. Anything Chaos put in Diamond, and he would just come in and spend like $5,000, and not five. I think the most I ever seen him spend might have been like $2,200 or $2,300. But like, you know, they would drop a major dime on that. So it's not the idea that we're creating like the everything reader. We're finding the material into the hands of people that can get captured by it. And a lot of times when they get captured by it, you do have them for life. But the omnibus, they take away the resources, they take away the money, they hold up the money, and they're just bad. And here's the bigger argument too for the omnibus. No one reads them. I'm sorry. People don't read the omnibus. If people did read the omnibus, like, you know, the guys like Gem Mint that you see everything in the background, some of his videos are so effing shrink wrapped. Okay, I get it, you know. Some books stay shrink wrapped for a little bit. But if everyone, here we go, people. If everybody read the omnibus, we would be in a renaissance of comic book insight and knowledge. But we're not. It seems like the entire, for lack of a better term, community really just echoes Comics Pop, Comics Explained, and Comic Historian, Wikipedia, when they want to act like they know the material. And we did see that with the Miracle Man video that Gem Mint posted. People, we solved the problem. Ugh, what a busy day. Gotta go. Flex all day, flex all night. Subscribe, support. Leave a comment. I made notes. I didn't even get to them.